Okay, guys. Well, hello everyone. My name is Eric, and welcome to today's information session from Neotech Academy, where we're going to be discussing AI for software testing. And this continues, I guess you could say, what we do here at Neotech, which is we try to be as market driven as possible. We have had this question for a long time. Is AI going to, take over my job? Will I be pushed out of a career and have to do something else? Well, AI is obviously very prevalent in society. Everybody knows this. A lot of money is being spent by companies in order to make their workers, more efficient. So the key really is you want to have a leg up on the competition. And what we're going to talk about today is going to potentially open a lot of doors for you. So if you have a software testing background, which for this particular course is the only requirement, that's it. You just have to have a software testing background. If you've come through our boot camps before, software testing, and you were trained by us on software testing, we always mention that you don't have to have any type of specific background, degree, anything like that. Doesn't matter what you have done in the past. You just have to have the desire to do this, software testing. AI for software testing, that's the only requirement. You just have to be a software tester. Now, if you just so you know, we do have some programs out there, some boot camps. Just get in touch with us. We do have a couple of boot camps which don't require a background in software testing. Just reach out to us and we'll give you some details on that. What we're going to talk about today is specifically for people who have a software testing background. So we're thrilled to have you with us today. Go ahead and write down that date. You will see it and hear it mentioned throughout our webinar today, which probably should run, I'd say, about 45 minutes. We try to give you as much information as we can in a very short amount of time. But write down that date, October 26th. October 26th. And that's going to be a Sunday that's coming up very shortly here. So that'll be the start of our AI for software testing boot camp. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So as I was saying to you, here at Neotech, we're a market-driven school. AI it's all around us, and we know the importance of keeping up with the latest trends and changes in the marketplace. And yeah, as I was alluding to a moment ago, companies are allocating all kinds of money for AI. They're actively hiring testers who can leverage AI powered tools, and the reason is the companies feel they can save them money and make the company more efficient by doing so. So imagine having a leg up on the competition in the workforce. It's a very competitive job market, and I think a lot of you are aware of this. But with this type of background that we're talking about today, I believe you'll be considered for advancement potentially before others due to your new skill set. And this can potentially open up all kinds of doors for you. So think about where you are right now without having the AI skill set that you can attach to your resume, and imagine where you could be after that. And this is going to be, we're going to talk about the boot camp itself. It's a relatively short boot camp. You'll have a money back guarantee. We've also kept the tuition really, really low to make it easy for pretty much anybody to get involved with it. And we'll touch on all of that in just a few minutes. I'm also going to have our lead instructor, Malik, who's going to come on, and he's going to give you even more details about the boot camp and how exactly it works. Okay. So keep in mind, you don't have to have an AI background. Only software testing knowledge is needed. So the way this works is our program takes your current expertise, teaches you from the ground up, and prepares you for this current and future job market. And again, just to be clear, you don't need prior AI experience. We'll teach you what you need to know. Only prior software testing experience. That's it. And as I was saying, it's going to allow you to stand out as a software tester with AI skills, which is what the top tech companies are looking for. It's a 4-week accelerated boot camp. It's done. It's delivered just as you're watching right now. If you've already been involved with our software testing boot camp, you know what we do. We do the live sessions, but if you can't make them because you already have job commitments or whatever the case may be, if it's not aligning with your schedule, that's okay. All the sessions are recorded, just like it would be for the software testing boot camp. So, what you want to do is future proof your QA career with AI. And it doesn't matter where you are located around the world, whether it's the US, Europe, Asia, uh, software testers with AI backgrounds are in high demand globally. And imagine adding potentially, $20 to $40,000 to your current salary as a software tester. You know, who would not want to have an extra 20 or $40,000, on a yearly basis? Very few people would actually decline that. So that's what we're talking about here. That's the potential that's going to be at your disposal, because that's really what it's all about. It's not just taking classes for the sake of taking classes. It's what can it do for me? And that's what it can potentially do for you. So if you've got that extra money, now you can do more of the things that you want to do. Now you can maybe spend more time with the family, take an extra vacation, put some more money away for retirement, whatever the case may be. A little bit of background again on us, for maybe the handful of people who aren't already involved with us, who maybe haven't gone through our software testing boot camp. But Course Report, which is very well respected in the industry, they rated us as the best quality assurance testing boot camp for 2023 and 2024. Career Karma rated us in 2024 also as the best software testing boot camp. And again, we're going to start October 26th. 4-week accelerated program where you get hands-on experience with end-to-end product. And the whole idea behind this is after you've gone through that boot camp, you're looking at potentially, depends on where you're located, depends on the company and all that, anywhere from a $20,000 to $40,000 increase in salary. And we always like to point out, like I was saying a moment ago, this will help you stand out from the crowd because you'll have that AI expertise really utilizing all the AI tools to all your testing process. All right. So what I want to do, that's just our opening here. What I want to do now is bring on board Malik. He's going to take over from here, tell you a little bit about himself and more about the actual syllabus. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to come back on. I'll go through the tuition, got a money back guarantee, all that good stuff. There's no risk for you. I'll explain how that works in detail in just a little bit. But for now, I'll kick it over to Malik, and then he'll kick it back to me in just a little bit. All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric. Okay, hi guys, and good whatever time of the day at your place. So let me introduce myself first, so that you know who is speaking to you right now. I am the leading instructor of this bootcamp. My name is Malik, and I've been doing technical instruction at Neotech for the past 2 years. And in terms of my experience, I've been working in both academy and industry for the past almost 18 years or so. And basically, I work mainly in industry in validation and closely related to QA. And I actually master the work of QA itself, although I don't do it, as a part of my job. It is more of a proof of the work of QA guys. So basically, I know what QA is deeply, and I know quite a high level of programming, and I'm extremely interested in AI and technologies that help actually boost the automated work that we have on our daily activities in technical environment and in industry. So for this boot camp, guys, what we are planning to teach you is not something that you're not aware of 100%. What we are trying to teach you is how to use available tools and skills in AI to create some tangible addition to your resume, some skills that recruiters and employers deeply look for, and desperately look for. So the idea is like, I'm 100% sure if you have already studied anything related to testing, automation testing, or if you are an automation or QA tester or yourself, by now you know framework and you know what is related to it. Because if you don't know these things, this is not exactly the right bootcamp for you. So if you know frameworks and if you know how to work with automation frameworks, you know this where you get stuck with these frameworks, and you know where the exact hassle of these frameworks when you work with them. So imagine like you want to extend some part of your framework. So there is a coding job to do. And that's a work usually heavy, especially with new features and like improved structure of the framework. So if there is a tool that helps me to do this one with too much, I would say, or actually too or less time and much improved structure of my work, if there is a tool to do this coding part for me, and then I just check that code and improve it and work on it and prove it and then just submit it to my framework. Imagine that you can have that one, which is already available. So Copilot is like a tool that we can use, and you can have its replacement, like Codium, for example, the free replacement of it. We will learn those. So speeding up the scripting, that gives you great advantage in your work. So you can turn into other things and give more attention to other things. So it's about efficiency, it's about time saving, it's about actually like much more speed in building the structure of your own framework. And on top of that, we must have faced
Malik,
this
you're not
issue.
showing your screen.
Oh, I am not. Excuse me, guys. I'm terribly sorry. Terribly sorry about that, guys. Okay. Is it displayed now, guys? Okay, cool. My apologies. Okay, so back again to the point where we were discussing like the bootcamp objectives. So basically, as I said, like the main idea that we are following to have the bootcamp as a career-focused syllabus is when we design the bootcamp to give you the insight on how to use and integrate AI into your own framework. So you have an existing framework that is not exactly AI based. How can I make it an AI based or AI augmented that will prove my work, increase the efficiency of my work, speed up the process of my work, increase the productivity of my work? So basically, as I said, like the idea, we must have faced a challenging when we add the coding part or when we have an extension to our coding structure. So basically, we would have the ability to learn some tools that help us script quickly and more efficiently. And also, you must have faced this moment where you try to have a certain script for your manual testing. So I want to create manual testing cases and structures. But everything, if you start from scratch and create those on your own, you will face quite a lot of work. And especially if you have a new feature, that will take time and effort, and you will need to do like a lot of investigation and proofreading, maybe another validation, another review structure. So basically, there are tools, AI tools, that will help you to do those in an automated way. And we will learn and discover those. One of them, just to give you a hint, like heads up, Testcraft, for example, Faker, for example, and etc. They help you to improve the test coverage and other relevant parts of the framework where AI gets involved in this case. Okay, and also, we do not disregard other aspects of AI sites that can be integrated with a complete framework. Imagine you have in your framework not just the front end and also the back end. So if you have the back end side, like testing API and testing like databases, can I integrate AI with those? And definitely you can. And this is also something that you'll be learning in this bootcamp, where we will have AI integrated with these mechanisms that we have in our framework. So the idea is we have different sets of tools that we will integrate in our syllabus to have you acquainted with AI from all aspects, to add it to a framework that will be a complete framework that you can present to your recruiter or a specific like job interview, or even if you are looking for a job, you can add it to your resume and claim that you have a complete automation framework that deploys AI from all these aspects. So imagine the power of that. On top of that, we will learn tools like those help in certain structures where we can have like locating of elements. When the elements breaks, we don't want to go over the framework and fix those. There will be tools to help you to do those automatically using AI. So imagine the power of having those. So all these features will be integrated in the bootcamp, and we will focus our work to have a complete framework to integrate all of these together. So in terms of the modules that we will be covering, we will have an introduction, a bit of a theory behind AI and how we reach to AI level now, and the AI agent and generative AI and etc. So we will have just a touch from the theoretical part, but just for you to know that we are not focusing on any theoretical part at all. Our main target is having hands-on. So we're training you as a person who is already in the automation testing, knows the automation testing, and just we are improving your skills and giving you the ability to integrate AI with the knowledge that you have in automation. All right, so next to that, we will discuss and consider AI in software testing, where we give you the aspects that we can integrate the AI in different types of software testing mechanisms, and how we can add certain tools for specific types of testing or specific types of automation. And we will guide our focus into user interface itself, where we have AI as a framework, a complete framework in automation for testing actually user interface components. And then we will build the framework. So we will start after this, the third module that we have, we will start building basically the framework components and piling up on these, I would say, parts of the framework until we get into a full framework for the front end. Okay, we're done with the framework up until this module. What should we do? We will start with advanced topics that cover databases and APIs. So we will have our part of the backend testing in the same framework, and we will have also tools compatible to that. And we have another aspect added also to this bootcamp. Since you already know automation, and we assume that you know, otherwise, as we said, that this is like the prerequisite for the bootcamp. We added a part for performance and load testing, where we will do that part with some specific AI tools that will help us to automate the testing process of performance and load testing. Of course, what you will learn here will be applicable to certain extents, and of course you can build up on that and apply it, deploy different features or different maybe tools, or you can expand it up to the users that you plan to have, or maybe the company that you're working at or will work at in future. Okay, and as a bonus, we will also learn a bit of AI, how it is integrated in mobile testing, and we will use a basic part of our framework for mobile testing. So we will have a touch on that. And the best part of the entire bootcamp, of course, what I explained about the modules that we have now listed, they are not to be disregarded, but I would say really the best part would be the project. And this project will, I would say, incorporate everything that we learn and build the entire framework that you guys will be customizing yourselves. So we will give you the knowledge, the know-how, and you will use that knowledge to build your own customized AI framework. And of course, you'll be given the guideline, you'll be given the help, and we will have like likely a week to discuss this project together. And what you will be producing after this project is done is actually a complete framework that you'll be able to explain yourself. You'll be able to list in your resume, and you'll be able to add it to your GitHub and etc. So it's something that you'd be interested too much actually to have. Okay, what would you learn throughout the bootcamp? Actually, we have a list of tools that we will go over, but please don't be intimidated by the list that we have here. Some of these tools that you already know, frameworks like Selenium, TestNG, um, like for example, Cucumber and like other maybe IDEs that you've worked before with. But please, as I said, don't be intimidated. The new ones or the new AI tools that you will be learning are not that complicated, and they will be integrated with the framework that we have or with the IDE actually we will be working with. And what we will be having is enough time to practice those, and you'll be having hands-on and practice tasks plus the project to get those, all of them integrated into your work. All right. So in terms of the timetable, how we will conduct the course or the boot camp? So as explained by Eric, it's a 4 weeks actually program. It's a bit compact, but the time should be quite enough for this according to our syllabus. We will have 3 days per week. So we will have Wednesday, actually evening time, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is Eastern time, guys. So please take a note of that. And on the weekend, we will have on Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it is 3 hours over these 3 days of the week. And we will have 4 weeks to complete the boot camp. So this is it for me. I will invite Eric back to take the stage. Eric, could you please
All
join me?
right. Thanks, Malik.
You're welcome.
And let me just go ahead and get my screen shared here again. All right, there we go. So, just piggybacking on what Malik just went over there, we have our alumni have been hired by a variety of organizations or companies internationally. And you see some of those listed on the screen right here. So we have a big alumni network. And this comes in handy because, you might meet people in a boot camp who, um, wind up introducing you to a job opportunity, maybe that you weren't aware of. So that just adds to our credibility of, now not just training people and that's it, but getting them employed, gainfully employed. And that's really what this whole thing is about. Helping you to make money, helping you to make money, take care of your family, all that good stuff. So, how are we going to do this? Well, let's dive into that. All right. So let's talk about the tuition, which is really which I know, other than the curriculum itself, the next big thing is what is the tuition? How much is this going to cost me? So this is the regular tuition. The regular tuition winds up being $1,199, but we have some discounts for you available. One of them is available through Monday. All right, so let me walk you through how that works. Because this is a new boot camp, we're offering $200 off of that right off the bat. So that brings it down some. And then we have this early bird discount. Now, the early bird discount, like I was saying, is going to be good until Monday the 20th. Monday the 20th. So that's coming up, obviously, just a couple of days, and that would bring the tuition down to $799. But again, we want to help you out any way we can. Even that is paid in 2 installments. So it's $399 at the beginning and then $400 during the boot camp itself. So I hope you can see that we want to make this attainable for pretty much anyone. So if you do have a software testing background and you want to add that skill set to your CV, to your resume, then this is the way to go. You really can't beat this. Think about how can I put this? I'm a big believer in always identifying what the risk is for something and then what is the potential reward. Think about that for a second. The risk versus the reward. So your risk winds up being, oh, might as well say $800, right? to potentially make as a reward an extra 20, possibly 30, 40,000 a year. So obviously a very small price to pay for what is laying ahead for you possibly. Does that make sense? It's a very small investment if you think about it. And you're getting a skill set that is in demand to be added to what your current skill set is. Now, we also offer alumni discounts. So we could bring that discount, we could bring the tuition even lower, and it's already low enough as it is. So when you complete one of our programs, there is a referral discount. So if you were referred by another Neotech student or alumni, there's an additional discount. Group discounts, if you're signing up with someone else, if you're enrolling with someone else, let us know. Reach out to us. I'll give you the contact information. A lot of you already have the contact information because you've been a student of ours in the past. But I'll show it to you again in just a second. But just reach out to us, and we'll work with you to bring the tuition down even further. As always, the question is, what if I change my mind? Just like with our other boot camps, no deposit, no application fee. You don't pay anything until the boot camp actually starts. You can cancel for free anytime until the boot camp begins. And we offer a 7-day money back guarantee. So a 4-week course, you get to complete 25% of it. And then you can say, well, this isn't really for me. Or maybe you decide, well, AI really isn't going to be the wave of the future. I don't know why you would say that because the future is already here. It already is the wave of the future. But for whatever reason, if you felt like this wasn't for you, you'll be able to determine that, within 1 week. And so again, we're keeping the tuition really, really low because we want everybody to be involved who wants to get involved with this. Give you the money back guarantee after completing, again, 25% of the boot camp. You really can't go wrong. There really is no excuse. And then we have the additional $200 off, the early bird discount. That expires on Monday to give you that added incentive to, not wait around. Just get it done. I mean, why would you not want to do it? I mean, really. Think about where you are now and imagine where you could be after the boot camp is over, having that on your resume, that experience now, working on a project that's AI related. To learn more about the boot camp, simply reach out to neotechacademy.com. You can book a call with our admissions team at neotech.live/call. Not ready to call? Simply submit your interest. Go to neotech / but don't wait around. Early bird discount expires on Monday the 20th. Like I said, there's really no excuse in not doing this if you want to take your career to the next level. Now, are there some folks who are satisfied with what it is that they're currently doing? Yeah, well, then this wouldn't really be for them. But if you're concerned about AI sort of taking over, and this boot camp is in response to what our students have been telling us for the past couple of years, here's a solution. So there really is no reason not to take advantage of it, like I was saying. Email us for any questions. You simply go to or send it to team@neotechacademy.com. You can schedule a phone call, neotech.live/call. Here is our phone number if you want to just do that, 929-566-3919. So let's do this. Let's answer any final questions that might have arisen here in the past few minutes. So I'll bring Malik back on here and we'll go through any final questions that you guys might have. And let me run through, let me scroll up. I know some of them were already addressed
I
by
can see
our.
like there is AI tools, open source or not. Mainly, yes, 99% they are open source. So to answer that question, only the Copilot is actually not open source, unfortunately, but it's quite affordable. I mean, that one is we added it to the bootcamp because it's quite popular. So do we have a replacement for it? Yes, we have a replacement for it, which is open source as well. So I would say mainly we are focused on open source. Yeah. Let's see another question there about the backend. Well, this is more of your initiative. If you are like a backend tester who is focused on backend manual testing, but you would like to learn, upskill your skills, and add to your resume these tools, AI tools with automation framework, this is a great chance for you to do that. Will it help you? Definitely it will. And if you feel like you need more information, please schedule a call. We can explain further to you. And for sure, this is something that would be handy for your resume and skills, definitely. Okay, there's another question regarding the tools. Well, you see, what comes to our mind first thing when we hear about AI usually is the prompt, right? We will restrict prompting to quite limited, I would say, uh, maybe tasks, but it's not exactly the prompting thing that we will be working with. So we will have AI tools that will make your framework shiny, your work more efficient, more less time consuming, and much more intelligent. The idea that these tools that you will learn will not just give you the efficiency needed and this speeding up the process of your work and automating your process in better way, and also will give you the skills on how to use a certain stream of AI, like because these tools they cover one stream. Let's say X tool that we will teach will give you the insight of learning specific stream on that tool. Let's say testcraft will teach you how to like automate certain manually done tasks for test creation or test case generation. And then you can apply that one to the same stream of tools. So it's just opening also your view or insight on different streams of AI that you will have later on ready when you need it. So it is something that you might be interested in. Yeah. Okay, let me see other questions. I think I addressed most of these questions. But again, guys, if you have like certain concern or questions that we couldn't address, or you're not quite sure about our our explanation from our explanation here, please do schedule a call and we will address your concern, get back to you with more details and have your inquiries answered.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. And keep in mind that early bird discount is available through Monday. And again, why would you not want to do this? You get to be trained by Malik, who's an expert in the field, and you get to supercharge your career and really future proof your career if you think about it. So we're going to sign off, but reach out to us if you have any questions, any concerns, and we'll get back with you very promptly. All right, guys. Well, take care, and we wish you all the best. Congratulations, those of you who are doing this.
Before joining, guys, have a good one.